Hey guys, so I'm going to show you a video today on how I make my saltfish patties. Some might call it patties or some might call it empanadas. So here's my list of ingredients. That's some bell peppers, that is some scallion, that is some shallots. If you don't have shallots, onions work, some Scotch Bonnet Pepper, garlic, and that's the saltfish that I had already cooked up. I'm going to be using some thyme and some black pepper as well. So you want to heat up your pan with some olive oil or whatever oil of your choice. Here I am sauteing my bell peppers followed by my shallots. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my scallions in. And I'm going to let it cook in the oil for about 2 to 3 minutes tops. Next, I'm going to take in my Scotch Bonnet peppers followed by my garlic. And I'm going to cook them in for another 2 minutes, just for it to absorb the flavor. And then I'm here throwing in my saltfish, and I'm going to give it a mix with the vegetables that has been cooking. And you want to cook that for about maybe 3 to 4 minutes, just to make sure it gets all of those flavors inside of it. And then I just went in and put in my Sazon, and I'm giving it a mix. Now also, if you wanted to use tomatoes, you could also, but because I'm baking this dish, I'm not going to use tomatoes. So here I had put in some black pepper, and I'm going to give that a toss. And then I put in a little pinch of salt, which is totally optional. So I'm giving this a final toss until it's time for me to prepare my patties. So now here is my pastry dough that I'm going to roll out. That is my painting brush for me to use on my food. That is the bowl that I'm going to be cutting the circles around for the pates. And as you can see, that is the cooked saltfish. And that's my plate where I'm going to be making the pates. And that's just egg wash that you're going to put over the pate. And that's just some additional seasoning there that I'm going to put. So what you want to do is take your surface and you want to dust flour on it. And what I'm doing here is I'm just laying out the dough. And I am using my bowl to cut my circles evenly. Now, if you wanted to roll out your dough a little bit more, that is fine. But I didn't do it here, but I do it after I make my pate rounds. So as you can see here, I'm doing that because I wanted to make sure that I was able to get at least 3 to 4 pates by doing this method. And as you can see here, I'm cutting it one more time. And this is how it looks. Once you put the bowl over it, you'll get your perfect circles. So now what I'm doing here, as you can see, I actually got 4 patties out of the bunch. And I'm just stuffing in my saltfish. So you don't want to overstuff it. You just want to make sure you put like maybe a tablespoon. 2 tablespoons tops, but just be mindful. And this is something that you have to eye for. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to fold it up, but also what you want to do too, in order for you to seal it properly, you need to seal it. So you can use water if you want, or in the case here, I'm using my egg wash to seal my ends. So that way it secures the patties and the patties won't pop while you are baking them in the oven or even like trying to format it. So I'm just pasting everything, the ends together, and then I'm going to take my fork and make my little slits using this fork here, as you can see what I'm doing now. So I'm using my fork just to make sure that the edges are sealed together. And you know, if you know pates or empanadas or patties, whatever you call it, you know it has like that nice crusty feeling. So what I'm doing, I'm just making sure that I do it throughout the whole patty, and then I'm taking my pizza cutter to just trim off the excess edges, just to make it look nice and pretty. It's totally optional if you want to do that, but you know, presentation matters, right? So now what I'm doing here is I'm taking my egg wash and I'm going to brush it onto the patties. This is what gives the patties that beautiful golden color onto there. So you want to make sure that you do that on all the patties. You want to try to get as much egg wash as much as possible. And I'm just doing the top as opposed to the bottom because the top is going to be cooking, but the bottom too will be crispy and golden brown at the end as well. So I put this in the oven for 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. I am poking the holes inside the patty to prevent the patties from burning, and that just produces the steam. And this step is optional too if you want to put the seasoning onto the patties. I just do that to give the pastry crust extra flavor. You just want to make sure that everything is nice and golden before I put it in. And guys, there you have the patties. So what I'm doing here, I'm just showing you how it looks, and then I'm going to break it because I want you to hear the crispiness, as you can hear here. Very beautiful, guys. I need you to try this out. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think. Oh, and I just paired it with some avocado dip. Like, eating it plain is just fine also. Try this recipe and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching the video. The recipe and ingredients is listed down below. Hit the like, hit the comment section. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel and follow me on my other platforms. Thank you very much for watching.